Hello, this is Abby Jamison. This is my end of course assessment for Psych 806 selection. Learning objective number 1 was to develop knowledge of theory, research, and applications of personnel selection. The very first thing I listed was the Uniform Guidelines and SIOP Principles assignment. I think that assignment encompassed everything that we did in this class. It probably could have been listed for each of these learning objectives. I think that I learned the most in that assignment specifically regarding validity and the importance of making certain that everything that is done in selection is very specifically related to the job. The second thing I listed was the Dollar General Agrees post that you posted a couple weeks ago. I thought it was neat to see a case that was so recent and how it really was exactly what we were learning about in this class, just disparate treatment through selection. And then the Unit 4, 5, and 6 Consulting Challenge, which was the LMARC Healthcare Systems Challenge. I found that to be a difficult challenge. I enjoyed it though because it really helped me see how the validity and the job analysis, the reliability, how all of that ties together to make a really great selection procedure. Learning objective number 2, examine the implications of empirical findings in transfer research and practice in personnel selection. The Unit 3 reading quiz, which described a lot of the significant court cases. I thought that portion of our class was really, it was really neat to me just to see how the court cases from so many years ago are still so applicable today and how those decisions were made and still affect everything that we do in selection to this day. The Unit 7 applicant form critique, which really just kind of helps detail what we can and cannot do. And then, of course, the Unit 12 decision making strategies, which helps tie everything together. Learning objective number 3, explain the ethical, legal, and professional standards in personnel selection. Again, the Uniform Guidelines and SIOP Principles and the Dollar General Agrees post. Also, the Unit 1 Trends in Selection, the assignment where we had to find recent court cases about adverse impact or disparate treatment. It was shocking to me how many cases just we as a class found, and I'm certain how many hundreds more there are out there. And then, of course, the Unit 3 reading quiz, which was just all about legal matters, ethical matters, again, the court cases that still affect our selection procedures to this day. Learning objective number 4, demonstrate the ability to integrate their understanding of the topics in selection and present for an appropriate audience. The 3 that I very specifically thought more appropriate for this one, the Unit 9 cognitive ability test, where we had to give a video just of ourselves with no PowerPoint. The Unit 10 personality test debate, where we had to write out our opinion in a respectful manner. And of course, the Unit 12 decision making strategies, where we posted in an email our professional opinion. I thought that those were 3 very neat and interesting ways of discussing selection and presenting for an appropriate audience. My additional goals: integrate statistical findings into personnel selection and better understand how I can take this knowledge and use it in real life settings. I definitely think, especially in the Unit 4, 5, and 6 evaluation of selection test and the data analyses, I really got a better grasp on the integrating the statistical findings into personnel selection. Even though I did that assignment wrong in the beginning and had to redo it, that actually really kind of helped me see how to best use that information from the job analysis and create a selection measure that's appropriate. And then the Unit 7, 8, 9, and 10 readings and assignments, the critique, the interview questions, which I really enjoyed that assignment. And the tests, I think, really allow me to see how I will be able to use this in real life. Good selection procedures, key characteristics that I believe. First off, I believe they must be based upon a solid job analysis. I don't think that we can do anything in selection without a solid job analysis. That's, like I said, the foundation. We don't know where to go without that, or if our measures are relevant or if they're legal. Strong validity and reliability. We want to be certain that our selection procedure is predicting what we want to predict. It doesn't help us if we have something that's predicting, I don't know, they can get to work on time when we want to know what their job performance is going to be. Easy to administer and score. I think that that's important because the harder it is to administer, the more difficult it is, the less likely it is to happen. And the harder it is to score, the more likely mistakes are going to be made. And lastly, that is fair. It's free from discrimination and adverse impact. Just keeping things legal, fair, appropriate. I have found this class difficult because I do not learn well when I'm just reading. I have found this class very interesting. It's actually fascinating to me, selection. I do think that if I was to go into biopsychology, wherever I go, I would like to do something with job analysis and selection. I've appreciated you. I appreciate this class. I'll see you at graduation.